Welcome back to the pod, also known as Say It Is with Brandon and Tyler. Tyler was not feeling recording this week, and then we also opted to just not do a pregame and postgame of the game we went to against St. Louis back on Sunday, I like to say it's like the 14th or something like that. And indeed it was. That game was rather uneventful. Milwaukee is all likely going to be winning their division anyways. And the game itself ended in a 3-2 St. Louis victory. And like we sat in the fourth deck, my legs got cramped. And there were people who were just like it was hard to like get out of my seat to go like give myself a leg break when I was getting leg cramps. And there was a guy who was just kind of being butthurt about whatever. So I just never went back to my seat. I just stood for literally the rest of the game. Not an issue at all. Really isn't like standing room seats and fourth deck seats in all intents and purposes are basically like the same kind of view where it's not the greatest, but it works. But anyways, no guest host to tag along with me either, since didn't get enough of a heads up to try to get one. But anyways, that's where we are. So where does the MLB season stand? Well, there's 9 games left for Milwaukee. There's 3 series left for the entire league. And the most important series to watch for playoff standings and all that is the series that is going to happen between Seattle and Houston, as they are tied in the standings and their next set is against each other. The other questions are, will the White Sox hit at least 60 wins? That is debatable. Will the Colorado Rockies tie the White Sox record for the grand total of amount of losses? Debatable. It's possible, might not. And then Philly is 2 games back of Milwaukee for the number 1 seed. Milwaukee holds a tiebreaker. That's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, as Philly would have to win one more game than Milwaukee would. And they don't play against each other for the rest of the season. Milwaukee's last 3 series is St. Louis, San Diego, and Cincinnati. The San Diego and Cincinnati series are going to be quite tough for Milwaukee. St. Louis, I expect a similar result where Milwaukee would probably win 2 or 3 out of those. We got the playoffs coming up. I'd like to say after my birthday. So I'd like to say it's like short, like either September 30th, 29th, or October 1st is when playoffs start for the wild card series. We're going to create our prediction maps, or and I'm going to end up creating like 3 or 4 of them because it's kind of fun to make those. Put them up on Twitter for y'all to see. And we'll also discuss like our thought process and we'll go through our maps, who we think is going to end up where. Another thing to watch is to see if Cal Raleigh does hit the 60 home run total, as he is 4 home runs away. He did tie Ken Griffey. He's hitting, I like to say, like 240 something. So I'm going to check that quick. The grand total, he is currently hitting 247 with 56 homers, with 118 RBIs. There's a lot of people who say that he should win the MVP. Judge is he's just one of the best hitters in the league. But so the question is the MVP a primarily offensive award? Because the shortstop and catcher's positions don't win it a whole ton. Something to think about. Because Cal is managing one of the top pitching staffs in the league, providing Gold Glove or Platinum Glove. He has won a Platinum Glove award before, kind of defense. And Judge hasn't been in the field as much as an outfielder. Catchers have to do a lot more than the outfielders do. And when Cal is on the road, he's hitting like 270, 280. And at home, it's less because Seattle is very much a pitcher's ballpark. Plays half his games in Seattle. Let's think about this for a sec. Shouldn't be that hard to think about. Will Judge hit 50 home runs? He probably will. Seattle's next 3 series is Houston, Colorado, and the Dodgers. The Yankees have like the easiest end of season schedule known to man, as in like they played like the White Sox, Baltimore, just finished a series with Minnesota, I'd like to say. Then that's literally like end of season. Why do they have such an easy schedule? They're going to hit 90 wins because of that schedule being so easy. Like they're going to get swept by Boston in the AL wild card series. Granted, Boston gets back to the number 5 seed. And then Cleveland, they are on a tear. They are hot. Detroit has fallen off a bit, but then again, they did lose Skubal. So Garrett Crochet actually might win the AL Cy Young. Cleveland could potentially just sneak into playoffs, even though they sold a few pieces at the deadline as a number 6 seed. That would be interesting, kind of fun actually. Because now if you think about possibly a fun World Series matchups, as we discussed with Will, Milwaukee versus Detroit, Toronto, and Seattle, those would be pretty fun matchups. Throw Cleveland in that mix as a possible matchup, that would be pretty fun too. Because it's really fun to watch teams that never won it before win it or go against each other. If it's a team that hasn't won in a while, same principle applies. It'd be kind of fun. Now, obviously, Will did bring up if Boston and Milwaukee play in the World Series, he is getting World Series tickets, and Tyler and I are going to be going to a game. I've never gone to a World Series game. I almost went a couple times. In 2011, I almost went, but St. Louis happened. And then in 2018, I was going to go with UW Whitewater's marching band. And then Jeffers got too gassed, so Milwaukee did not make it that year. Being in Wisconsin, a lot of it includes Milwaukee being in it because of accessibility reasons. Last year, we did boycott watching the World Series because we're not going to watch the Dodgers or the Yankees or Philly, the Mets. You get the general idea. We don't like these large market teams. If it's Houston in there again, we're probably not going to watch it. Just how it is. But otherwise, what is there for upcoming after the playoffs start? Well, we'll be going back to our more fun format. Get some specials in there. I know Tyler wants to bring on a White Sox fan that he would like to just geek out with about White Sox baseball. You can go ahead and do that. I'll be like, yeah, this is fun. I'll just hang around. I'll chime in every once in a while. I don't know a whole ton about the White Sox personally. Like, I know about the Black Sox scandal. I know about Reinsdorf being kind of useless post 2010. I know about how unstoppable that 05 team was. And a few of the Hall of Famers. That's about it. And then we might have a Halloween special. I'm gonna talk to Tyler about that. And that's about it. So until next time, thanks for listening. You can follow us on Twitter /X, where we prefer to call it. Facebook announcement page. Join the Facebook community group. Join the Discord, even though we're barely using that. And also follow the YouTube page, as that's where you can find videos for the Trombone Choir. Now, mentioning the Trombone Choir Sunday at Glenwood Moravian is Sunday the 21st. I'll be uploading a couple of videos that were just snatched from the service to put up on the channel for You also listen to a couple of pieces, one for sure, maybe two, likely two at this point. Thanks for listening. Until next time.